The Holy Spirit, a force or a person? Most people think that the Holy Spirit is a force because they relate to Acts 2, where the Holy Spirit came as a rushing wind into the upper room. But actually, the Bible teaches us that the Holy Spirit is the third person of the Trinity and has feelings and emotions like everyone else. In fact, we see from the Bible that the Holy Spirit is actually the same essence of Jesus, the Son of God, and the Father. A bit like water, steam, and ice, made of the same molecule but different state. Jesus told the disciples to stay in Jerusalem for the promise of God, which was the Holy Spirit. He also said to them, he has to go for the promise to come. Have you ever noticed in Genesis, the Holy Spirit was there first, hovering over the earth. And even Jesus did not begin his ministry until he got baptized with the Holy Spirit. It was then that he heard God's voice, confirming that he was his son. What does this tell us? As Christians, it is good to know the Old Testament and how God put his Spirit on certain anointed people. In the New Testament, we see that Jesus was anointed by the Holy Spirit. He was conceived through the power of the Holy Spirit, and he was working under the power of the Holy Spirit, being led by him. And now for us believers who live in the latter days, the Holy Spirit is more important to us than anything else. Jesus promised that we will do greater things because of him. We have to change our perspective on how we look at the Holy Spirit. We often want the gifts of the Holy Spirit or the fruit of the Spirit without recognizing who is the Holy Spirit. He is a he, not a force. And he is very real today. He makes known to us the Father's will. And he leads us and guides us. I mean, who wouldn't want the Holy Spirit talking to them every day? The early church also recognized the Holy Spirit as a person. We see that the apostles are moving in the power of the Holy Spirit and understand him so deeply and intimately. We hear that we should not grieve the Holy Spirit, that we should not lie to the Holy Spirit. You only say those truths and defend that person if you love them. And the early church loved the Holy Spirit just as much they loved Jesus, who they walked with. We too must do the same, especially in these last days.